rainbow way up high. There's a place that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops is where you'll find me, or somewhere over the rainbow way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I? Chicken, chicken, Hello everyone. I'm hoping that the mic is set up correctly this time, because I had problems with that last time. But I hope you enjoyed the little start there. And so today I will be talking about Jeffery, as I have hinted to in the past stream. So what is going on with Jeffery is, as you may have heard in past streams or on Twitter, I have made an update to Jeffery to add in the stuck feature. And this feature is the feature in the ball drop program and in past AIs that kills off the secondary parent trait set when the AI is stuck in a certain situation. What this does is it resets the roles of traits, so it keeps the best set of traits as a seed of intelligence, and it kills off the second set, which by kills off, it just resets the numbers back to something that is negligible, which in this case is all ones. So what that does is when the AI gets to a peak of intelligence, but is not necessarily at the highest it can be, and anywhere it goes down, and any changes that are just minor lower the intelligence and intuition of the traits, then this feature drops the intelligence back down the hill a little bit so that it can possibly go up a new hill. So this is a key feature that I was worried would not really play a factor in this environment project, but now that I have seen how the environment project plays out, I'm certain that I need to include this in the program, at least to improve upon the current state. Not necessarily that this will be the answer to the problems I've been having, where Jeffery has not been able to achieve the goals I have set for this project. So what you'll see on this side of the screen is that because the beep and the bloop are so close to each other, and I know that doesn't sound very professional, but I made it fun for the kids. So because the beep and the bloop are so close to each other and cycling through like that, that means that the AI is not making any changes. It's not deliberating over whether or not the new child programs are better than the past program. It is just the new child programs aren't scoring as high as the past program, so they're running through like they don't even exist. So what should be happening is if this is happening, then the stuck feature should be kicking in. And what's happening is that it is not. It is not even registering that the program has been stuck for more than one generation. So I'm not sure what the problem is. I tried to model all of the code I added in after the code that was in the ball drop program, but obviously I have made an error somewhere. So I will need to scan through that and make sure and figure out what that problem is. Because, like I was saying, if this were happening over and over and over and over and over again, then eventually it would reset the secondary program, secondary set of traits down to a more malleable and more overwritable set of traits. So what I've seen is that Jeffery has not made any progress more than he would have without the stuck feature. And in the start, that's expected, because in the start, just like we saw on Saturday's stream with the optimizer, the program does not really the AI doesn't really get stuck that easily right in the start because there's so much room for improvement. But as the program gets better and better at what it does, there is less room for improvement, so finding improvements becomes more difficult. And it is a lot easier to find a possible optimal situation that isn't necessarily the best situation. It's just a relative peak. So these are this is a late game feature, which makes it difficult to test. But I have been running Jeffery here for a couple days now. I believe it's 3 days. I made the changes at least a day after the stream on Saturday or on Sunday. So that then it would be at least Monday that I started him. So that would be 3 days. So and this has been nonstop running. I didn't turn my computer off. I even went. I was off campus and I came back and he was still running, which is good because that means all of the errors that were occurring have been removed. There has been one error that still persists, but I think it's just something simple that I made a mistake in, and it's not affecting the decision-making process, so it's not too high on my priority list. It doesn't happen that often. I think it's something to do with a very specific case where it's reading the text file, and it's not reading in the number, it's reading in a blank space, which then screws up stuff because it's supposed to be something it can transfer to an integer. But like I said, this isn't too significant of a problem, so it's not really high on my priority list right now. So the goals for right now in terms of all of the projects I'm working on are to continue running the ball drop program on the lengthy Saturday streams, and to continue running Jeffery in the off time. But the problem is I can't just continue running this running because obviously, like I've said, there has not been any improvements in the in this running as opposed to the last running. So it would be pointless for me to keep running him because I'm not seeing... the whole point is to make something that's better than the previous version. So that is basically all that I have to talk about today. I know I am not running nearly as long as I have been in the past, but everything has been pretty cut and dry recently. So my goals for the week are to scan through this this environment project program and try and find the error in my coding so that the stuck feature will not stay stuck at 0. Now, that could be something where I'm just multiplying something by 0 and later in the program than when I need to be. So that could be one way that it's problematic. But we will have to see what the problem is. I honestly don't know exactly where it should be. I just know that it has to be, obviously it has to be in somewhere that I recently put in, or maybe it's possible that I didn't put in enough of the code. There's a section missing or something. So I I need to adjust that section if that is the case. So just a overview of what I added in. Um, so the stuck feature is pretty much just one variable. It's just the stuck variable. But the problem with this program, and one of the reasons that I didn't want to initially um, put the stuck feature in, is because it, like having an instinct for every situation, it needs to record the stuck value for every instinct. So I had to create another text file for each instinct so that it can record that stuck value. And another benefit of this is that it now records the generation, so I can go and see how many times it has tried to learn that environment. Now, I don't think that feature is working either, because the highest it gets to is 2. So I think what's happening is maybe it's not reading in those values. It's just simply starting them at 0, and because of something I did for the generation number, it's going to 2, because the highest feature it gets to is 2. So it goes 2, 0, and then it'll put both of the scores in the information file. So this is something that I plan to look into, and I figured it would become problematic. I figured that I had the code in the right. When I initially scanned over it, I didn't see a problem, but it is possible that I didn't scan over the right section. So I will be looking into that in the week to come. One thing is that I mentioned on Sunday that there would be a guest musical appearance on Saturday, but I don't think that's going to work out. There was some scheduling conflicts, so that will most likely happen the next weekend, but that is in the works still, and I'm not canceling that or anything, so do expect that in the future. But I guess this Saturday will just be a regular Saturday stream, but then again, that is overdue due to the fact that last Sunday I only talked about the optimizer and played some music. So I mean, I enjoy those, but it is the Saturday streams usually do have a given structure to them. So that is the plan for the week, and I don't really have too much more to talk about. So I think I'm gonna sign out and make myself some dinner here. So I want to thank you guys for watching if you have been, and thank you for watching on YouTube, and I will talk to you on Saturday.